Welcome to the Garbage Pail Skids podcast. This is Shane with Tim and Kevin.
Hello.
As usual. They're both here.
We made it.
Yeah, they both made it here. Kevin needs sleeves because he is shiny. I don't even understand how that... I didn't know you could get whiter.
It's bright out today.
You're almost transparent at this point.
The light is reflecting off of my my fair skin.
That you can see all their fucking like their guts and everything.
Yeah, the transparent deep underwater fish.
You're on your way. They don't have to be deep underwater.
Yeah, they have some freshwater fish.
Yeah, some freshwater fish.
I've seen people with aquariums with them.
Like
it's kind of weird.
mollies and shit like that.
Yeah,
they're called.
But
pretty cool though.
Heck yeah! Actually, you know what? That's not that bad of a look.
Well, they got those blacklight sensitive ones. Maybe you could do something with that with your skin. Make that blacklight sensitive.
Ooh,
there we go.
They've got tattooing stuff for that now.
Yeah.
Do they really?
Yeah. There you go. I've
do
seen
that.
one where
you
they
should
can
do it to where you look like a raccoon though.
they've got this one tattoo thing that you can do where you can change the tattoo with like waving a bar over your tattoo or something like that. It's this.
It's like a morphing tattoo.
Yeah, it's like
there's a bunch
like
of
a printing machine that you literally wave this magnetic thing over your tattoo and you can change the design of it.
Dude,
and
that's
it's permanent,
crazy.
but you can. It's a pretty neat idea.
Well, there's a bunch of weird ones too. There's other ones that people have been getting now that like you can just read it with a record type player from your phone. That it reads the sound waves that are written on your arm.
Oh, neat.
Really?
Yeah. So it'll say things like you can I recorded my kid's first words. Now I still have them.
Whoa!
You know,
that's
that type of
idea.
shit.
Interesting.
Dad's last words or something sad like that.
Dude,
like,
pretty.
I hate you.
Hold the fucking flashlight better, you piece of shit.
As you hit him in the head with the shovel.
Yeah.
Wow.
Oh,
Pretty soon they're gonna have like just straight movies on our arms
miss
just
him.
playing. Like in the next 20 years, there's gonna be segments of movies, like your favorite scene playing out.
Well, they
on your
had
arm,
something
you
like
know?
that with Robin Williams called. It was a movie with Robin Williams where they had their whole lives was recorded behind their eyeball.
Oh, I think I saw that.
I think it's called Cutter or something like that.
Isn't he like? Doesn't he go back and he like views them all and like edits their?
He
like,
edits their life and
Yeah.
then puts it as their obituary or whatever
That's
on
what
their
it was.
headstone.
Like
I've
during their
never even
eulogy
heard of
and
that.
stuff. Yeah.
Oh, that's wild. And he can't. Obviously, he has a special thing where he can't obviously save that, but he does.
Yeah.
Like, there's a certain tattoo where he can't.
Maybe that's
save
why
that.
he killed himself. He saw
It's an interesting
everybody's
story.
life.
It was a pretty. I want to say Cutter, but I can't remember.
Yeah, I don't
the
remember what it's
specific
called
name
either.
of it.
But
I don't
it's
know,
Or
when you-
Slice or
it's-
something like that.
Yeah,
you
it's an
said-
interesting idea.
Well, when you said futuristic type movie, Robin Williams, I'm just like Bicentennial Man.
Oh,
that was a
there
good
was
one,
that one
though.
too.
It was I don't know if it was good or bad because
Yeah,
I haven't seen it in forever. I don't remember hating it, so that's decent.
I think it was kind of more of like a family.
I like how we're
friendly
talking
kind of
about
movie,
this
wasn't
as the world burns.
it? I know, right? Yeah.
Like, did you hear that the NATO sent 3 people in today? So like this will be a week later.
Yeah.
This is already old news. But NATO has actually sent 3 people into Kyiv.
Did they really?
Yes.
For what?
For talks with the Ukrainian administration.
To what? To
The only-
the
but-
end of.
Do you know how dangerous that is,
That's
though?
a stupid idea.
Yeah, because
yeah.
any one of those NATO people get killed, that's an automatic, hey,
Right.
World War III.
But
Well,
also,
we lost a cameraman yesterday.
oh really?
Something like that
mean-
for CNN or something like that. Some Fox News or something.
I'm sure
like
they're
that.
just paid scale, so it's not even...
Well,
shot and
and the
killed.
thing is,
that
also,
happens all the time, though.
what if Putin sees this or hears about this and then decides, oh, so Ukraine is trying to join NATO still? Then I guess we're going to have to push harder.
I thought you meant, well, we're going to have to invade.
No,
Like,
not they're already-
sorry,
yeah.
Vlad, we've already invaded. That was like 2 weeks ago.
We invade harder.
We invade harder.
They just surround him more like it's a casting couch.
Ukraine Part 2, invade harder.
Ukraine 2, the
He dies. He
Bukkake.
dies.
But no, I mean it is kind of scary because again, if one of the NATO people gets killed,
Sure.
injured, I mean that technically, you know,
I was asking for trouble. is what it
yeah.
is. Yeah.
But then you see what Elon Musk said.
Oh, God, dude, that was...
Elon Musk is great. I
Did
love
he
Elon.
challenge Putin to a fight?
Yes.
To a duel?
Single combat.
Single combat? I love Elon
Actually,
Musk.
I hate
And
to
he-
say it, but Putin would whoop his fucking.
Yeah,
He
he's
probably
he's
would.
fucking
He's a judo
ex-KGB.
guy.
Yeah.
Also, he's really good at judo.
Have you seen how good he is at hockey?
He's I'm just saying.
I'm not even joking. Have you watched the videos?
No.
They're hilarious.
Oh, goodness.
Dude, because he goes and plays hockey. And,
Oh, he does.
And it's so funny. The goaltenders kind of just move out of the way.
Well, of course.
They're like, I gotta fucking.
Putin, again, player of the game with 7 goals. It's amazing.
More like 700. He just, everyone moves out of his way.
Dude, it's fucking hilarious.
I believe it.
But no, Elon challenged him to single combat, and then he wrote it in Russian. He wrote, "I challenge you, Vladimir Putin," in Russian. He wrote that in Russian, and then he wrote the stakes, and then he wrote Ukraine in Russian, or I don't know if it's Russian or Ukraine, but they're similar. So they might actually have the same letters in those.
God, if only the world actually still would have these sorts of single combat competitions, and it would just end.
Well, you'd have to find a champion for yourself. Though.
Sure.
I'm sure Musk would probably afford a better champion.
Yeah. And then Putin would get his own Ivan Drago.
Bullshit. Do you know what Musk would do? Musk's like, this is where I unveil my mech suit.
That's what I do. Yeah,
he shows up looking like Iron Man.
He doesn't even have to show. He just looks like Musk, and all of a sudden, like you're like, he just pulled a tree out of the ground. What the fuck is going on? Where do you learn to do that?
Sounds about right for Musk.
You know, he's like, oh no, I just wanted to demonstrate Neuralink.
Yeah, right.
Wow, they do, right? Fucking pigs come in and start fighting too.
Just fucking sense everything.
Jesus.
It's like I control the elements.
Yeah.
Like,
basically,
super pigs run through just caving in Russian soldier skulls.
Well, that's the other thing. I mean, have you noticed like the whole war in Ukraine? I mean, I don't know. I assume that a lot of it's propaganda, but it seems pretty one-sided that what's happening to the Russian advancement. Now it's one-sided on the shelling. The shelling's all being done on the cities and shit like that, but it seems like all the vehicles that are being lost are mostly Russian.
Yeah.
You know?
Well, and that's one thing.
What did the Ukraine have to lose?
They have some vehicles.
They still. I mean, they had some.
You know, but you got to remember Russia went in with what 150,000, or they have 150,000.
Yeah,
they started out with a small group, and then now they've got the full 150,000. Ukraine has a total of, I believe it was 200,000 or 250,000 for their entire regular army. You know, and their reserves are like another 150 or 200,000, something like that. So it is. I mean,
well, you got civilians fighting too, don't you?
Yes.
Well, now,
they are conscripting.
They're just like
civilians.
Hey, not even just. There's some of the civilians.
Well,
that are
just joining
fuck
in.
it.
Yeah.
I mean,
well,
this is what we got to live for.
Yeah,
for.
And also the Russians, they're also experiencing problems that could be considered very Russian problems, like mechanical issues, vehicle problems, all sorts of, the lack of maintenance problems,
or the fact that
things like that.
They're trained. That's one of the things that I saw about the air war is that the fact that an average Russian pilot only gets about maybe 50 to 100 hours of flight time during a year. Well, U.S. pilots get a minimum of 200 plus. Yeah. So it's like, you look at it, you're going, oh, maybe that's why they're not flying in. Also, they fight different when they fly compared to what we do. We'll go in and fucking bomb the shit out of everything. Mm-hmm. We've experienced
the American way.
How is it that
if
the
you're
Russians,
brown, god damn it.
So how do the Russians normally fight in the air?
Hand-to-hand combat.
They're just jumping from plane to plane with a knife, trying to take the other pilot out.
It's fucking Battlefield.
It's fucking wild. Yeah. They just ditched the jet midair.
I'm sure we can find that.
Just parachute onto the top of the enemy plane. Dude pulls him out.
It's like 6 of them landing on the fucking canopy.
Come to think about it, that movie we were talking about, Executive Decision, maybe Steven Seagal didn't die in that. Maybe he was just doing hand-to-hand combat. He's a hand-to-hand combat expert.
That's what I mean. It's like, well, I gotta go take some other people out. Good luck up there.
Hey, he's
like,
also...
You guys got this? All right, I'm out.
He's also a dual Russian citizen.
That's true. Holy shit, he learned from
We just figured that one out, guys.
My God.
How they like 10 apples.
It's like a Venn diagram of things coming together. Well, whatever the diagrams are with all the strings.
Oh, God.
What are those called?
What are those called? I forget.
No fucking clue.
Yeah, it's the ones that the conspiracy theorists use.
String art? No.
String art.
Yeah,
okay.
I mean, if we're gonna do art like that, I prefer macaroni art.
yeah,
Macaroni art's one of my favorites.
Rattle things and maracas that they make out of fucking.
I mean,
gourds.
maracas, dude. Which reminds me, on the way here, there's just a dude randomly playing a fucking trombone on the side of the road.
Well, I believe it.
Which seems
It's
weird.
actually called a string diagram.
That's it.
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
You were right.
We were
Now
actually
I'm
close.
mad
There
at
you go.
myself that I got it right.
Well,
Being
there you
so
go.
What's
lame.
it called when it's a string
All
diagram?
right.
That's called a string
That's
diagram.
when it's a screen.
Ah, man.
No, there was a kid that would
makes me
dance.
sad.
He would dance the robot over there by the Chevron all the fucking time.
Yeah, but that's better.
And then we got the epic guitar playing Little Caesars guy. He's
Oh!
been doing that for fucking decades.
I
it
remember
seems.
that guy. Yeah.
He's still doing
Uh-huh. Is he really?
it. He's still out there
Whoa.
playing that cardboard cutout of
Holy
a pizza.
shit.
I remember
Dude,
when I used to go down
that's
to
crazy.
downtown all the time. There was some crazy homeless guy that would just walk around playing the guitar
Yeah.
everywhere. I mean, you'd see him constantly all over the place, and he seemed scary.
Oh no! I had one today that took care of some stuff, and some guy leaning out his window, blabbering, just blabbering.
Those are my favorite.
And then he climbs out of the fucking window, blabbering at me. And I'm like, "What
He
the
probably
fuck?"
just murdered a family.
And I'm staring at him like, "No, don't come over here! Don't come over here!" And he's right up to the window, blah 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 blah. And starts pointing and shit, and I'm like, "What the fuck is he saying?"
all I see is
I just stared at him and nod, and he's like, "Oh, okay," and then walks away. I was like, "Thank God."
I don't know why, but all I
was that?
see in my head
There's
is
a lot more
crazy
stuff like that
babbling
happening.
person from The Simpsons.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's
Yeah.
what this guy was
Like
fucking doing.
half of the
And
crazy
he was
cat lady
jacked.
from it.
Dude was fucking ripped. He was like, this
Jesus.
guy could probably break my neck.
Well, that's
Dude.
actually one of my favorite parts of going to
Ugh,
fucking
golly.
Portland. Going to Portland, that's one of my favorite parts. Is because I went to Portland recently to try to find
Least favorite
something.
part of Portland.
But
I hate
no,
that
that's one of
shit.
my favorite parts. Is crazy rambling lady. Just crazy rambling lady.
Seems to be a lot more
No,
of them out there.
Yeah,
these
for one,
days.
she's a
that's-
lot
that's
less.
multiplied by like 10.
But she's a lot less scary than crazy rambling guy.
yeah, for sure.
That's
You
probably
know.
yeah,
true.
she's
Yeah.
adorable. The other one's like, dude,
Oh my God, she's talking to herself.
Okay, if you compare them, yeah, she's adorable.
that's what I mean compared to this.
But in a
rich jack
vacuum,
fucking- yeah,
she is not adorable
Yeah,
at all.
you know, you
she's
gotta.
fighting some demons too.
Yeah, it smells
But-
like
But when
urine.
last time I went down there, she's just walking down the street yelling at this person she's made up in her head.
Yeah.
And then I can hear her as I come out of the store, 2 blocks away, fuck you! There's no one around her.
Yeah.
No one. As loud as she can. And then I saw Crazy Rambling Guy after that, and I'm like, oh, I got to get to my car.
She's
Get the
angry.
fuck out of here.
She's arguing with her nemesis, and he's arguing with himself.
No, he's actually going to pull a knife on you.
Yeah, that's
But
probably
that's-
true.
Yeah, that's
She's
the thing
just going to
about
keep
man.
arguing.
Yeah, she's gonna argue with the invisible man next to her
She's like, that's my power. I can nag people.
that aren't even there.
Yeah.
And it's
Would
her
be kind of a
superpower.
neat social experiment, though. Is just to
Get a
I
bunch of
saw
crazy
some
people
guy,
together.
some guy sitting in Portland with a sign that said "psychotic episodes $1." That's fucking brilliant.
I'd actually give that
Yeah,
guy
that's
a
what I
dollar.
mean. It's like,
No
let's
shit.
see what happens
Yeah.
here. I'd pay for that.
Look,
I'd buy
actually-
that for $1.
I like clever people that
Yeah.
wanted, like the first guy that did the, hey, fuck it, I need a beer.
Yeah.
Yeah,
The first guy that did that, I'd be like, man, that guy must have made some fucking cash.
he probably did.
you
yeah.
know? But the person that says psychotic episodes
Yeah.
or
Right.
schizophrenic ramblings, look,
Here's $2. Double that shit up. I want to see what you got, bud.
Yeah, dude, and like nobody wants to give
would
money.
be great.
Nobody wants to give money to the depressing one. You're like, oh, I'm starving. I need to feed my
Yeah.
kids. Like,
I
no,
just
you
get
want
depressed
the
and I'm like, I
crazy
gotta
guy
go
that's
see
gonna give you
happy
a psychotic break.
Yeah,
right.
the
in front of you.
entertainment value is worth it.
Damn
Yeah.
right.
For sure.
Damn right.
No, thanks. God bless. No, fuck you.
Yeah,
Just gonna keep walking, pal.
Don't
It's
try to
kinda
pull
like-
at my heartstrings,
Yeah.
lady.
that's how I think if Jake was homeless, how Jake would be.
Oh yeah, he'd be crazy.
He'd be the
Certifiable.
crazy dude. But he might
Probably
be
make
the
bank.
he might be the crazy dude where you're like, oh, this is kind of funny, on the verge of sad. It's not all the way sad yet, because that's how.
Not quite
sometimes
dangerous.
it is.
Yeah, 'cause-
Entertaining.
Everybody knows who Jake is.
They don't need to know who Jake is.
Yeah, but
Jake, if you're
he's the
listening, you'll understand.
Look at it. He stands up. Well, fuck you guys.
He starts a fucking petition.
He's gonna be at your house when you get off.
No, he won't. He can't come back to Washington.
Even better. Wow.
And he keeps
Never been kicked out of a state before. I didn't know it was impossible. It's not allowed back in Washington. Huh?
Dude, well, that's actually one of the things that I like about some of the punk rock bands that I used to like Guttermouth. They got kicked out of Canada. Canada.
Yep,
They got kicked out of Canada. They like fighting in Canada. So, I mean...
You got to be pretty bad to get kicked. Well, no, they're nice people.
They're nice people, but they'll fight each other.
Yeah, they'll fight each other, but buy each other beers afterward.
Yeah, generally speaking.
They don't hold a grudge, that's for sure.
That's how it's supposed to be.
Yep.
Yeah.
Damn right.
It was a great Donnybrook right there, boys.
Actually,
That's what it was.
I just saw a hockey fight between two goaltenders.
Uh-huh.
Beat the fuck out of each other. And then after the refs broke it up, they're kind of holding each other's jersey and they just pat each other on the back.
Yeah.
Good fucking fight, dude.
It's all part of the game, man.
that's
Yeah.
the fun
But
part.
goaltenders don't have to fight. They got to skate 100 feet to each other, just to start fighting.
Oh, there's a vendetta right there.
Yeah.
No,
That
they-
motherfucker.
Well, okay, generally speaking, it's one goaltender wants to fight, the other one doesn't. Or they both want to fight and one doesn't realize the other one can fight.
Yeah.
That happened in the NHL. There was a dude that he came out of the AHL as a fucking goaltender.
Yeah.
And he fought all the time in the AHL. But the other
movie
goaltender...
they did?
No, not Goon. But he ended up... I can't remember his fucking name. But his first NHL fight, the other goaltender's like, yeah, why not? Let's do this. This will be fun. It was not fun for that guy.
Shit.
That guy got fucked up. He got hit probably 30, 40 times without ever throwing a shot.
Whoa.
Oh, shit. Well, they got padding and helmets and shit.
No,
They toss
he tore
shit
all
off.
that shit off.
Oh, he
boy.
did.
Yeah, they usually tear off the upper portions of everything.
Yeah.
They're basically down to the suspenders.
Oh.
Yeah, it was a brutal fucking fight.
Well, that's why you go watch hockey.
I think Ray Emery's
Not necessarily for the game, but for the fights.
Ray Emery and Braden Holtby's fight was a good one too. Holtby did not want to fight. Emery skated all the way down from one end of the ice to the other end of the ice and just fucking said, fuck it, I'm going to grab you and fight you anyway.
What?
Yeah.
First real fight I ever saw when I was a kid was at a Winterhawks game.
I thought you were going to say your parents.
No.
Yeah, my dad pulled her jersey over her head and just started pummeling her.
Both old hockey players,
Yeah.
But no, first time I ever saw two human beings fight each other in front of my eyes was at a Winterhawks game. Winterhawks and Kamloops game when I was a
Man,
kid.
you live a sheltered life. I saw that all the time.
Yeah.
Well,
I was gonna
I
say,
was
I
like,
saw it
well,
at
I mean,
school.
not like on
You're
TVs.
talking like
I'm talking
adults?
about no. I was like 8 or 9 years old.
The
funny
school
thing is, though,
fights,
you-
though, nothing like that. You never
Well,
got
I
a
mean,
school fight or
but
saw
it wasn't
kids
like watching two adults
Well, so it's
bash
two
each
adults.
other's faces in
Yes,
right
sir.
in front of
That's
me.
the
You
thing.
know?
You look
You
at those
said
guys
human
as
beings.
adults.
Well, I mean, like
adults.
You
like
don't
I was an
realize that
8
they're
or
young.
9 year old kid
Well,
watching these two
hockey players are still
grown-ups.
considered adults to an
Yeah,
8-year-old.
they were grown ups.
No,
to
they
me.
look. That's the thing. Even now, still looking at them from where I get seats, they all look a lot older than they are. I mean, I remember I used to go and watch the Winterhawks. I think my dad used to get tickets, but I used to go and watch them all the time. And I remember, I think Donald Brashear, was on the team, but that fucker could fight.
Yeah.
Every time you saw him, there's a fight.
Yeah.
Fight. And he fucked people up.
I
It's
bet.
fun to watch. It's one of the things.
Man,
that
I must have
fun to
missed.
watch.
I've been to like 2 hockey games, never saw one fight.
Seriously?
I mean, I got the puck landed next to me once.
Oh, that's cool.
That's yeah. At
was
least
about
there
it.
wasn't an 8-year-old girl next to you.
No, it was
That
my
actually
brother got that one.
That actually happened.
What?
That's why they
She
put
caught-
the nets.
Oh,
Colin in her
little
face.
girl guy. Oh,
Yeah.
Oh,
shit!
shit.
Really?
Her birthday.
Locally?
No, this was an NHL game. I don't remember where it was played, but somebody shot a slap shot. Errant puck went over the glass, and when it went over the glass, hit this girl. First hockey game she'd ever been to, like 8 years old, just turned 8 that day. On her birthday, gets hit in the fucking head.
Bright side again. That's great.
Damn.
Jay.
Well,
no, but
Brought
that-
the whole
but
fucking thing
look,
down again.
No, I'll brighten it up. Now they have nets. See, no more. But
All right, great.
everybody's fine now.
That's
Some
after
8-year
a poor little
Some
8-year-old girl died
had
on her
to
birthday.
fucking die, but on her birthday, first game ever, it's exciting, it's experience for her, and you just fucking wow.
She gets her brains
That's
bashed
terrible.
in.
It's like going to see Disney on Ice and dying watching that shit.
Yeah,
Fucked up.
You get killed like the fucking
Skate
out of
flies off and catches
Yeah,
a kid in the
gets a
throat or
kid
something
in-
like that.
yeah,
Jesus.
like out of Blades of Glory.
Oh my God, man.
Man, they've never attempted that before.
Well, it's funny. I went to a show in Vegas. It's called Absinthe, and it's like a circus show. Ringleaders out in the middle of the thing. It's like, look, this next act, all you guys are next to the stage. You need to scoot the fuck back and don't stand up, or you will get kicked in the fucking head. He had to say that because it's two roller skater people doing gymnastics or something like that, spinning around and shit. And he takes this lady and just spins her above the audience. because the stage is maybe 10 by 10 feet round,
Dude,
and it's surrounded by seats all around it. It's fucking crazy.
it's like the
So
guy.
it's a really small area. For
Yeah,
them
it's like a
skating
tent.
around.
It's like a circus
Yeah.
tent. It's circular and everyone. But it was a really cool show. I mean,
Well, it's like when-
fucking $110 a pop.
It's one of those things is that
it wasn't
that's
cheap.
that's weird. Like it's almost like a weird version of a Gallagher show. You know?
Somewhat, yeah.
Like,
They,
yeah.
Like,
they
instead
try
of
to give it the whole
plastic, you just don't
vaudeville
stand up.
approach.
Yeah.
Like, they give it that whole old school, old timey.
Yeah,
So.
that kind of circus
It was
atmosphere.
unique, like the strongman show up and
Yeah.
doing a balancing act with chairs and shit. Like if that thing tumbled down,
Like really
so
big
many
guys
people-
riding small motorcycles.
No, it wasn't big enough for that, but
No,
yeah, it was.
could've
It
been
was
kinda
kind of
fun.
neat. It was a neat show.
Yeah, that kind of stuff
I
is
recommend
kind
it.
of dying out now. You know,
Well, Vegas in general has kind of got me kind of a joke.
yeah.
You know what I mean? Who
It's like
goes there?
Disneyland.
Vegas?
Yeah.
No, Vegas is still great.
Yeah, it's too many kids, man. It's all
more like
all,
Disneyland.
Yeah, it's
No,
Disneyland
it's
and
definitely
shit
turned
like
into
that.
more of a touristy.
Yeah.
Yeah,
fucking,
that's what I mean.
You know.
I liked it better when the mob ran Vegas.
Well, you know what I mean?
I like a lot of things better than when the mob ran it.
Yeah.
I mean, I
shit.
still like walking around drunk in the middle of the street. That's fucking great. But
Yeah, or the fact that you can buy booze and then just walk into any casino with it.
yeah, that's what I mean.
You don't
even
There's
care.
no questions asked. You just buy booze. Like I remember walking around with a giant whalebone of fucking tequila.
Dude, I
Just tequila, not a margarita.
Yeah.
Tequila.
well, we were trying to trick there was I think strip clubs by bringing in our own water. It's just vodka.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
I mean,
Yeah, that's the other thing is like the drink minimum or
dude,
something like
is
that.
ridiculous for the strip clubs in Vegas.
Yeah.
It's like $10 a bottle of water, $10 a beer,
Jesus.
and it's like a 3-drink or two to 3-drink minimum at these
Yeah,
places.
they gotta
Because they make a
money.
lot of that money off the drinks and
Yeah,
shit.
they
Yeah.
don't really make
Yeah.
it, for sure.
Or the extra shit that you get
Well,
in the
that
back
too.
room.
Well, you go to that ranch there for that.
Yeah, they got
Not
that bunny.
anymore.
Yeah, they don't have the bunny ranch anymore.
No,
out
the
there?
dude died, and he
Oh,
didn't leave his license to anybody. So
Ooh.
yeah, because he didn't leave his license or have some
Well,
way.
there's
for-
still other brothels. isn't
yeah,
there?
but that
Yeah.
one's gone.
That one's gone,
It's
the
just
Bunny Ranch.
gone. Like
Yeah.
they.
Was it called the Bunny
The
Ranch?
Bunny
the Bunny
Ranch?
Ranch.
The one with his name was like Dennis Hoff or something.
Yeah,
right?
Dennis Hoff.
Dennis Hoff.
Yeah, he died. I think.
They had a TV show
years
about
ago?
this ranch. Oh wow.
It was on HBO.
Yeah.
What was that show
That
called?
Bridget the Midget was a face there for a bit. That was kind of
It
neat.
was like called Cat House, was it?
yeah,
Yeah.
Cat
House,
Yeah.
yeah.
I thought it was just bunch o' whores.
Bunch of whores.
No,
It
no,
could have been
bunch,
called that.
Bunch O
Bunch
apostrophe
O.
whores.
Oh, whores.
Yeah,
It's a cereal.
the very Irish version of it.
Breakfast cereal.
Bunch of whores.
It's the bunch of hoes. Shashai, shashai, shashai.
There's Mono again. So what are we doing now? The Ukraine thing's done. Well,
Yeah, it's done.
It's done.
Yeah, it's done.
We'll call
I-
it that
oh,
one.
we're just building up to World War-
COVID's over.
Oh,
also, that's
That's the other thing, dude.
I was
you
gonna
been listening
say-
to the radio?
Huh.
Do you hear you hear like COVID? Not like
No,
you
they're
used to-
trying.
Now they're talking
But
about
you
doing a
used to
fourth
hear-
one.
Yeah,
a
they're
fourth
trying.
shot.
But you used to hear COVID.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah,
COVID,
it's
COVID,
That's about
died
Ukraine,
down.
Ukraine, Ukraine now.
And then,
Scare.
but
They
the
move from
s-
one crisis to the next.
Yeah.
But the second though that they said, "Hey, we're gonna start lifting mandates and shit," blah blah blah. Mandates, don't they sound pretty gay?
I
Anyway,
need something, but we don't have. But nothing. Yeah, that,
no, I feel sad. Anyway, when they lifted the mandates,
Sounds like a sad boner.
yeah.
I don't even know what
A
that is.
tromboner.
what the fuck does sad boner mean?
I don't know, but it sounded like that. Whatever that was.
So you picture a boner,
Being sad.
Just,
just
it's like a
flop-
half. It's a half stock.
Yeah,
you know what I mean? You got to
exactly.
kind of fold it in.
just half.
It's enough to. It's enough to make a motion, but you know, literally, you can fold it in half and just.
It's this.
can
It's
fold
the sad one where you're like super drunk and you're like
in a
half
sandwich
hard.
bag.
Yeah.
One of those
I'm
boners.
not finishing, but we can keep going.
You're like, if I do finish, it's gonna be on my own. There's no chance it's with
Yeah.
you.
Puff of smoke coming out of it.
This ship has sailed.
It
my
is.
dear.
It is seriously gonna just dribble the fuck out. There's no chance.
Just drool it out. Yeah, that's what
Like it's at the dentist, and it had gotten a shot. It's being worked on.
Why isn't it stopping? I don't know.
Got that
That
vacuum
just needs
thing.
one of
Get
those
it
little
over
those
here.
sucker things.
Yeah,
and
that's
they
what I
stick
was
in your-
saying.
Suction.
Get some water, stat. So is that a sad boner?
That right
That's a
there,
sad
ladies
boner.
and gentlemen,
That's-
is a
there we
sad
go.
boner.
Sad boner. All right.
Cover that one. Sure. Yeah, the COVID thing's. Well, The new one was Deltacron. They're trying to push that one. Now they're trying to push another one.
That's hilarious.
Four times more potent than Omicron. It's just whatever they can do to get that. I mean, like, because now everybody. Well, that's the other thing. Someone was talking about the psychological effects, the after effects of this. Is there's people that are still going to be scared shitless of it.
I've still seen people wearing masks by
students,
themselves in a car.
Me
by
too.
themselves.
Me too.
By themselves.
Yeah.
The psychological part of it's
total insanity.
Going to be with us for the next couple years,
Dude,
if not
decades.
It's probably
broken,
decades.
They have mentally broken people.
Yep.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, think about it. Look.
Well, the ones that were all righteous and high and mighty, 2 years ago, are still that way now.
They are too. Yeah,
you know what I mean?
Exactly. Even though everything we've all been saying and all the other people have been saying is all coming true.
Well, it's divided us pretty damn good for sure.
Yeah.
But that's the concerning part is there's still going to be apparent people are still going to be scared of something that's for the lack of better words, kind of pointless.
Yeah.
It
always was.
In a way, yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't want to say it didn't exist, but by all means, I don't want to. But I just,
it just wasn't as dangerous as they made it out to be.
They did the same thing with AIDS, and you know who was in charge of that shit?
Yeah. Magic Johnson.
That motherfucker.
He started that whole goddamn thing.
Yep.
Not our Magic Johnson.
Man. I just had a
Of course, we all know
thought.
that's why he left the NBA.
Yeah, of course.
I had a horrible thought when you said that.
What? Magic Johnson?
How he started the whole thing?
How he started AIDS?
Yeah, never mind.
So, hey.
It's probably
you
best
guys,
that doesn't. Yeah.
So,
that it doesn't leave my head?
Yeah.
To leave
horrible.
depressing things behind, you want to talk, you hear about Jussie Smollett? About his outburst and the fact
I
that
didn't hear about his outburst, but I heard about his conviction.
Okay, so he was convicted, and then when he was convicted, and then like they were doing sentencing, he starts yelling, "I'm not suicidal. I'm not going to kill myself, and that I didn't do this, and I'm not going to kill myself." And it's like, dude,
he's the guy that cried wolf about him getting beat up.
Yep.
He hired guys that he was jerking off with to fucking beat him up.
Yeah, and now he was saying that like, oh, I'm not going to kill myself, all this during the sentencing, and the judge just let him have it, just tore him apart. Was saying like you're a living joke, your name is a joke, like, and but now apparently today they put him in solitary confinement away from like
Gen Pop.
Yeah, away from Gen Pop. So but now he's complaining.
Gen Pop sounds like something on the
well,
charts.
He's now complaining and saying that he is microbially threatened because it's like there's germs or some shit in the jail. And it's like gross and nasty and like he's like, dude, it's insanity. Pure insanity.
I can't be. There's too many germs.
Yeah, it's
oh
just
my fucking
like,
God.
dude, it's
You're
jail.
in fucking jail, dipshit. It's like the one. It's like the fucking the shaman guy saying, "Well, I can only eat vegan food," and so he's starving because he won't eat the jail food. His mom has to bring him vegan food.
Right. Yeah.
Like, I guess starve.
That's what I mean. He's like,
give a shit.
That's you know what? If you're not gonna eat, you're not gonna eat. We're not gonna fucking force you.
Yeah.
But this guy saying, "Oh, I can't be here because there's germs," is a fucking joke. I mean, when I went, some dude had
Didn't
diabetes.
he go to the hospital when he got beat up?
Who?
There's germs there.
But
there's
that's
germs
the
there.
whole fucking point, dude.
Yeah, he's just a-
No, he's the guy that cries wolf.
Yeah.
And he's doing it again.
He's doing everything in his power to try to either
make himself
get
the
out
victim.
of jail.
But
yeah,
how-
make himself the victim.
He's not going to get out of jail. That's not how the. I mean,
Well, apparently you can't be here because you're germaphobic.
Yeah.
Oh,
yeah.
I'll send you on your way.
by all
good
means,
man.
So sorry, you're afraid of germs?
Immunocompromised. We're going to have to let you out for that murder.
Yeah.
Like,
Well,
I know
they
he
were
didn't
doing that.
murder
They were actually
anybody, but-
doing that for COVID. That was the
Yeah.
bullshit thing.
They
there.
were.
They was
were.
like, you won't let the least offended people.
We're gonna let
least
all
offended.
these rioters out that
Yeah.
just burn down.
Well,
some
the ones
buildings.
that actually people there for legitimate reasons prior to COVID, and COVID hit, and like, we'll release these guys early or something like that because we don't want people.
Yeah, but they
getting
also
sick in
released
jail.
people that shouldn't have been released.
That's what I mean.
Like-
There's some dumb moves done by
it's-
local politicians here.
I
Some
agree.
really dumb moves.
It's one thing if you go, oh, this guy was a tax cheat. All right. I mean, it's not,
I mean, that's
it's not
one
terrible.
thing.
He's cheating the government. I don't care.
Yeah.
True.
But the guy that's like, oh, no, he molested his niece. I mean, they're family, so.
Yeah, he can get back out.
Yeah.
I'm sure he won't reoffend
Yeah.
as long as he reports in.
They never reoffend.
Yeah,
They're
that's
not
what I
like
mean.
98%
Because we don't want him to
chance.
get COVID, because then he could sue.
Yeah, you wouldn't want. Fuck.
And that's probably what the Smollett guy's doing as well. Is like he's probably trying to build another case to make some fucking money. He's like, well, I got sick in there, so it's their fault. I told them there was germs here.
Yeah, and I guess they were saying that like
Cruel
his
and
lawyers
unusual punishment.
they've tried like every dirty trick to try to get him out and
Of
like all this
course.
shit. And of course the judge and everything's just like, no, fuck you, you're staying in.
That's what I mean. I like when a judge actually does that.
I agree.
Sticks to his convictions.
I agree.
None of this
Well,
bleeding heart bullshit. I mean, there's some bleeding heart stuff that I appreciate, but for the most part, when a judge is a hard no, like the one with that little Mexican girl, dude was like kept having her come back to the stand and making her charges even worse.
Oh, I think I remember
Because she mouthed off to him for a
That
second.
guy, is that the guy?
Come back. Bring her back.
I saw that
Oh,
one.
I haven't seen that one.
Fucking awesome, dude.
Yeah.
Because she was just a sassy little fucking
Yeah.
bitch, dude. And he gave her a really light sentence, and she was just all, said something like gracias, all sarcastic, and walked off. And
She's
as
just
she's
being
walking off,
cunty.
and he's like, all right, send her back. And then he's like, all right, it's now $100,000 and 5 days in jail. She's like, what? And then she just flips him off and tells him, fuck
He's like,
you.
oh wait, come back,
Bring
come
her
back.
back.
Yeah.
Bring her back. I'm holding you in contempt of court.
You
You're
won
going to jail.
another prize.
Yes, exactly. It's like keep your
At the
mouth.
very end, he's like, adios.
It's been great by the end. He's like, guess what? Now you don't have to work ever again.
Yep.
You're in prison for life.
Basically, yeah. That's
Like,
what I
wow.
mean.
Who knew you can get a life sentence just fucking being in contempt of
Some
court?
people
Right.
can't. Some people don't know when to shut the fuck
No,
up.
it reminds
Exactly.
me of when I was a kid and my dad would be like, hey, you're grounded for 3 days. And I'd be like, oh, yeah, 3? Fucking, what's that going to do? Now it's a week. And I'm
Yeah.
like, ooh, a week.
Yeah, it's the
Here's
Breakfast
2
Club
weeks.
thing right
Like,
there.
Yep.
You
Fuck,
know,
it's 2
like,
weeks already. That's going
You
to
want the
suck.
bowl, you get the horns.
Yep.
That's what that is.
Man, actually,
You got that reference? Breakfast Club?
yeah, Breakfast Club.
I've
I've actually
Yeah.
seen that movie.
Not
It's a
even
long
time ago.
close.
It's a movie I've
bud.
seen. I remember that used to be on all the time
Oh,
in the
yeah.
80s when
Yeah,
I
it
was
was
a kid.
always edited
was
for
always
television,
on.
Yes.
so
Uh-huh.
I never knew the swear words in it. And so when I saw the episode or the show, the movie with swear words in it, I was like, oh shit, that's what they were saying.
Yeah.
That's the funny thing.
Because Judd Nelson cursed up a storm in that thing, and I didn't know that.
They would
That
actually
happened
show
with Tremors.
movies uncut on Fox in the 80s and early, well, I think just the late 80s. But they would show uncut movies on Fox after like 10 o'clock.
No shit, I
Yes.
didn't know that.
That was the first place I saw tits on television,
Yeah.
right?
Wow, mine was always grainy and because I didn't have HBO.
And we didn't. It was just Fox. It was regular Fox. So
Tits.
I saw Terminator, the first one,
Yeah.
and you see tits in that movie. And I was like, what the fuck? I'm like,
What?
whoa, this is
You're
crazy.
sitting there with your dad, and you're both like,
No, I was in
that's
my room
usually
watching
typically
television.
very awkward.
Yeah, that's
Sitting
awkward.
there
That-
watching
that
some fucking movie, and
is-
all of a sudden tits show up, you're like, ugh.
No, the tits isn't the awkward. It's the sex scene.
Yeah,
Uh-huh.
That's the awkward
That's the
one.
awkward part. Yeah.
That's-
The
yeah.
first time I ever saw tits was Beverly Hills Cop 2. I was watching it when they go into the strip club. He takes Axel takes Judge Reinhold and the other guy to the strip club and everything. He's like, "Oh, it's okay. You can get hard. Yeah, just because you're on duty doesn't mean you can't get hard. Look, I'm
Oh, I
hard.
thought
he's
your
hard,
mom
everyone's
said
hard."
that to you.
No, no, it's Eddie Murphy. Eddie Murphy in that.
That would have been a way better story, dude. If you'd have been like, dude, I was sitting next to my mom watching.
Explains so much, Kevin.
You were watching fucking
Yuck.
Beverly Hills Cop. My mom's like, it's cool if you get hard.
Oh, God, stop. Shane, don't, dude. Oh, my fucking God. Ugh. It's so fucking bad.
She rubs your shoulder.
Fucking touch me. Jesus.
Oh, man.
Oh, that's.
Like, strange enough, it was also the first movie I came to.
Oh, God.
Oh,
Golly.
All right, I'm done with that.
That's bad. That is.
I'm sorry, but that's just when he
Yuck.
when he explained it
I
right.
was actually up late alone.
When he explained it, though, he says it like right after we talked about watching movies and you see tits with your parents.
Yeah. No,
I
get
actually
it.
didn't see him with my parents. I was up
It was
late.
No,
his
no,
first-
no.
it's
Go
his
ahead and
first
backtrack a bit.
I didn't even backtrack.
Well, I can't even remember the first set of tits I saw on TV.
That was
I'm
the
sure.
first.
I think it was Cuffs with Christian Slater. Was there tits in that?
I don't know. I've
Cuffs?
only seen bits and pieces of that.
I don't. I don't really remember
Can't
that
if
one.
there was
very
tits,
well.
and then there was Dragnet. I think Dragnet
See,
had
my
tits in it.
You talking about Dragnet?
I love
with-
Dragnet.
Yeah. That's the
Yeah.
one with
Dan
Dan
Aykroyd.
Aykroyd.
Dan
Yeah.
Aykroyd, Tom Hanks.
Tom Hanks. That was
Yeah.
that
Great
one was
movie.
fucking great.
That was a great movie.
Love that movie,
Dude, he made like he played the role. It was a comedy, But the original show was serious, but like Dan Aykroyd somehow played that role serious and still made it funny.
Yeah.
Like
Well,
he did
he
it.
was-
He did it so well and still paid homage to the
Dan
original.
Aykroyd
you
was
know?
always good at. He could do the goofy shit.
Yeah.
Because he played that character that literally had a penis for a nose.
Yeah.
He's done a lot of really. I don't think I've actually seen him in a very serious role. Come to think of it.
Even in
he?
Ghostbusters, he's the more serious guy.
He is.
But
He's not
it's
Egon,
always
but
been,
he's-
it's
Yeah.
been a comedic. It's been a comedic movie he's always been in.
Yeah. I think
Yeah.
the only stuff he's been serious with is like the UFO shit he did later on in life, in his career.
Yeah,
he got way into the UFO
dude,
shit.
he's way
into it.
it.
Like literally, he believes fucking everything. Like
Yes.
he was on the Joe Rogan show.
all the Crystal Skull shit. He
All
believes
that's-
that's
like,
why he did
all
his
of it.
Crystal Skull vodka.
Yeah.
Didn't
Like-
you have some of that?
I did. It's
Yeah.
delicious.
Yeah.
Dude, he
Full of good
just
stuff.
it's so weird
But
because
he,
like
he really believes in the Crystal
Yeah.
Skull stuff.
He believes
You know
it
what
all.
the lore is behind the Crystal Skulls? That
No.
they have some sort of power. That there's like 10 of
There's
them
like
or something
10
like
or something
that.
like that, and they if they're brought together or something.
Yeah,
they all have, like,
actually
special powers.
they bring some sort of power. They have like electrical shit going
Like
through
Dragon
them.
Balls or something like that.
Something
little
like yeah,
bit,
you, just
yeah,
you got to catch
kinda.
them all or something. I know that's Pokemon, but whatever.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's something like that. But no, he's
Yeah.
The Joe Rogan show was weird though.
It
'cause
was, yeah.
He was
because Rogan was talking to him about all this different stuff, and he's just like talking. He's talking about all these experiences either he had or other people he knew or talked to had, and he just believes every single one of these like anecdotal.
Well, why not? You know what? I mean, when you're an eccentric rich person / actor,
he was this way though before.
Yeah.
because he talked about
now he's got finances to back it up.
Yeah,
I'm sure
well,
he's
that's-
able to get some better research.
Tom
on it.
Actually-
DeLonge.
Yeah. So.
Have you seen Tom?
Oh, yeah,
Tom
Tom DeLonge.
He
Tom
quit.
DeLonge. I don't
He
know that.
quit Blink 182 to become a UFO researcher.
Yeah.
Now the fucked up thing is though, the shit that he said on Rogan, he was like, "We got some shit that's coming
Yeah.
out real soon,
And he-
real soon." You know,
Yeah.
that Joe's like, "Whatever." This was fucking one of the
Well,
craziest.
because he looked
episodes.
like he was coked out during
The
that whole
fucked
fucking
up
episode.
thing is, they were the ones that released the first Pentagon ones.
yes, they did.
They were the group that released those first
To the
Pentagon
Stars Academy,
Yep,
I believe
To
they're
the Stars
called, yeah.
Academy, they released the first video
Yeah.
that the Pentagon later on confirmed and released themselves.
Yep.
So
And I think
he
they
wasn't
released a
wrong.
couple others, too,
Yeah,
didn't they? Yeah.
But the Tic Tac.
Yeah,
that was.
yeah.
I think they were the ones that released the Tic Tac
Yep.
first.
And I guess he said that there's more stuff coming too in
Yeah,
the future. But I don't
But
know.
Tom DeLonge sounds like a fucking nut, though.
He
That's
does.
the problem with
He-
it. It's
he
one of the
really
things
does.
that I was thinking about earlier today. You know how like you got we call certain people conspiracy theorists, right?
Yeah.
Like you got like Alex Jones, right? What if they were all actually right about almost everything, but somehow somebody was feeding them information about bullshit, looking credible, in order to make them, to discredit them completely? Because you take out one piece, it's kind of like the Bible. You take
Sure.
out one piece and like it's all bad, it's all wrong. You know what I mean? Like you take out, well, Jesus wasn't, his mom was a slut, and
Yeah.
What is that not? That's
Well,
No,
it's like
that's,
when you-
that's,
it's-
that's canon.
They might have retconned that with the sequel, but
Passion of the Christ.
Yeah.
Prior to that was Passion of Mary.
Oh man, it's funny that she was calling out Jesus' name
Something
before.
else, something else
like,
got
"Oh,
slaughtered
Jesus."
before that. Something got really beat
Yeah.
before that.
It probably, that. Think about it this way. Do you know how fucked up sex probably was back then? With how stinky everyone was.
Oh God, it's true. I
Yeah.
don't doubt it for a second. There's poop
seriously,
down there. There's probably
everything.
Poop. Yeah, it's
You're wiping
Oh,
yourself
yeah.
with pine cones because you don't have
Dude.
anything else.
dude, oh yeah, hygiene back then was awful.
Yeah.
Oh God.
Well, no, I mean, I've met people now that I'm like, hygiene's terrible, but this is how people all were. Everyone
Yeah.
was this way.
yeah. There's
Think of the
Giant-
chafing alone.
giant muff that is just you can't even find it.
It's got like fucking
It's a
a bird's
thicket.
nest
Yeah,
in it.
It's probably like fucking crabs or whatever.
Maybe
else
even
is in there.
mites,
Fucking
too.
No, I'm thinking of like
Fleas and shit.
crabs,
Fleas,
and stuff.
mites,
Flea-
scabies.
Yeah.
Bed
Yuck.
bugs, fucking all kinds of shit.
Golly. Just work around it. Pick 'em out of your teeth.
Pick them out of
You
your
think there was a
teeth.
lot of oral sex back then?
I don't. Yeah, I'm sure there was. I'm sure there was everything that we do.
Is that
now.
how?
I
that-
wonder
that's actually
who-
where clothespins came from.
Probably, yeah, the
I wonder
plug your nose
who.
thing.
Yeah.
I wonder who invented oral sex. I wonder
Probably
if it was
someone
the
with a
cavemen.
mouth.
I wonder if it was the Neanderthals or the Homo sapiens.
Homos.
or
the homos.
The homos.
It was definitely the,
The
homos.
homos.
Like, oh, you got one too.
What happens when I do this?
Let's tug on them.
Well, this is fun.
Hey, you go ahead and turn it around like this, and we'll both do it. at the
Unga
same
bunga
time.
is what they called that.
Unga
back then.
Unga bunga.
Unga and the bunga.
Wild
You didn't need to
mambo.
club anyone for it, though.
That
so.
was. I mean, that's a good question. It's like, where did all these sex acts, derive from?
I don't know.
Yeah, I mean,
Have they always been around?
who's
or
the
is it
first
something
person to
new?
be
Yeah.
the pile driver?
Well, I know we're coming up with creative words and names for stuff now, but yeah, like the donkey punch and the.
Yeah.
the
Well, I don't,
dolphin
I
and-
don't know
Carl.
if those were actual things. But they probably have become actual things after the fact.
Yeah.
Like
those ones,
hot
the names came
Carling?
up first. I'm telling you that, yeah.
What about,
or the glass bottom boat.
What's the glass bottom boat?
Well, she pees her panties
No,
or something like that.
You sit under a coffee table that's glass, and they shit on the coffee table.
There's different names for that one.
It's called the glass bottom boat.
Madonna did that.
Madonna?
Yeah, Madonna did that. I think
She
she actually,
shat on a
I
glass
think she actually
table?
has a video of her shitting like a camera, like her
Right.
shitting on the. Well, just fucking
She's
Madonna.
I
Madonna.
mean, that it happened recently too with some band. It was some ska type band. They do covers and shit. But the chick was like, "Hey, I really gotta pee," and
Black Eyed Peas did it
No,
on stage. I know she did that.
she's like,
she pissed on stage.
"Someone come up here. I'm gonna pee on you."
Oh no, I saw something
Yeah.
like
What?
that. Yeah,
And then
some
she just-
chick just pissed on one of the guys in the audience. He fucking loved it.
Some dude lays down underneath her, and she just fucking squats and pisses all over him, all over his face.
What band was
and
this?
he's
I don't know,
cheering.
I
He's
can't
like,
remember.
"Woo." Yeah, it was.
She
it was
pissed
no,
on
it was
his
some
face?
notice
A
band
Rage
or
Against
something.
the Ska or something. I don't
Yeah,
know, some
something
weird
like that.
fucking name.
Yeah.
She pissed on his face on stage.
Yeah.
Holy shit.
I like how you got this weird scowl on your
Oh,
face.
come on, dude! You never had a chick piss on you?
Not
No, you
Ugh.
fucking prude.
I don't like the pee and the poop and.
Ew,
Grow
pussy.
up.
Pussy's
Come
gross.
on, man.
Ew.
Be a fucking
No, just like
adult.
peeing on you in your face is disgusting.
It's just
Yeah, if they
piss.
ate asparagus.
No, that's even better. The stinkier, the better. The muskier, the better.
The muskier,
I
the
don't
better.
want water on my face.
You're like, I'm trying to attack deer. It's deer season.
Yeah, that's what I mean. We got that skeet smell too. Keeps the mosquitoes off. What the fuck's the problem with
I
you,
guess
dude?
it probably
Fucking
does.
Jesus.
Kevin, you have the teeth
I like
of somebody that
I
would
like
do
normal
this.
bug spray. That
guess
may
so.
be so, but not looks. Hey, don't judge a book by its cover, sir.
just
Have you ever
saying,
heard that?
I don't know, man. There's some books that I definitely judge by the cover.
Not everybody that's missing teeth wants to be pissed on.
But it's a prudish approach, is all I'm saying. Bud. You need to explore yourself a bit better. That's all.
Kevin puts
I'm
on
a
the
tire
dental
up in
dam
the
to kiss
closet
them.
kind of guy.
Pay extra for that.
You're a
shit,
what?
Too.
I'm a tire up to the chair in the closet kind of guy.
That's some
Yeah,
piece of
so you
shit,
can play
too.
video games for the
it's
next
like
2
shut her
hours.
up so you can get some time
Well, yeah.
alone.
I actually did that once. She was tied up, and then I left and started playing video games. She had 2 fucking smaller wrists and got out.
Well,
And then called the cops. It's fucking crazy.
That's ridiculous. Come on. Why would she call the cops?
that's definitely overreacting.
Yeah,
Yeah.
no shit. I'm like, you're not
Are
even.
you fucking serious?
I'm like, you're not even in the state I found you.
Like, look, it's not as if I'm trying to decapitate you.
Yeah.
Well, yeah.
Actually, that reminds me of a meme I made about coffee. You know the coffee memes where they're like, I like my coffee, or I like my women like I like my coffee without somebody else's dick in it. So I made my own. I was like, I like my women like I like my coffee. Found in near the cheap beer aisle of a convenience store, only later to be discarded on some random highway.
Yeah.
I figured that's. I thought it was
Very specific.
It was a long meme, but
that's
it got the point across. Like a serial killer.
It's just it's just like a photo of like a
No, it was,
Folgers
it was
container
the exact
on the
same
freeway.
photo. It's the exact same photo. It's the guy holding the cup like this, cartoonish, you know, and it. But exact same photo. I just used almost the same template and did this. I don't even know if I fucking have that meme anymore. I used to make them. Oh, dude, this is another thing I fucking found.
On your
This-
phone?
No, this is fucking wild. So that you're like, wow, a Hummer and a small Hummer, right?
Yeah.
The small one's a full-size Hummer.
Oh, someone's got money.
Well,
Well, it's in like
Forced perspective or something?
No, it's not forced perspective.
Let me see.
The thing's 21 feet tall, 20 feet wide, and 30 feet long. I'll send you a photo so you can show it on the.
I don't know, but why?
Because it's in like the United Arab
Put it
Emirates
right-
or something, you know, where they have tons and tons of money. Those people that like they discard fucking Lamborghinis on the side of the road.
Yeah.
Dude,
There's
no
tons
joke,
of them
they
over
do.
there. There's
yeah.
literally tons of Lamborghinis over there that nobody owns anymore.
Dude, Emirates,
They're just on the sides of the roads.
Cool.
When I was
That's
at-
like our fucking
yeah.
version of the old 1980s Toyota Corolla.
Dude, when I was working,
You'll see those on
when
the
I was
side of the
working at
road.
Boeing, the Emirates, United Emirates, were the ones with the longest amount, the largest amount of planes on order. They had like 5 years worth of planes ordered.
There's a
Oh,
ton
wow.
of
I believe that, yeah.
Insane amount of money that they had spent. You know, so I mean,
there's a
totally
ton of
believe
money
it.
going through that place. I
Yeah.
mean,
Oh,
fuck
yeah.
ton of money.
Even
Definitely.
more so now. I mean, the
Yeah.
price of gas or oil. I mean, it dipped down a little bit, but it's going back
They
up.
also
Yeah.
didn't they build like the world's largest building now?
I think so.
I
Yeah,
think it's like
Well, they're building man-made islands and shit.
yes, I saw that. That's
You know,
fucking crazy.
Yeah, they're actually
Yeah.
building
The guy's
islands.
like, no, we don't have enough land. Build more out there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like, but that's water, sir.
And they're surrounded by fucking sand, so they literally have to build islands out of like fucking
Yeah.
stone,
Yeah.
or like bring material from thousands of miles away to build these fucking islands.
Well, luckily they got the sand because that's part of the
I
material.
think
that
the
they
latest one, I mean, this is a while back, but they did one of the entire globe, like the
actually
map
see.
of the globe. They did each island, so like did every continent as an island, a smaller version of
What
it.
the fuck?
It's
Yeah.
fucking wild.
That's
It's called
so
money,
crazy.
dude. It's
Yeah,
I know,
dude.
and I look
Board
at
and
the
money.
Lego made a globe that I want, and I'm like,
Yeah.
that costs too much,
Well, of course it does. Lego sets are fucking ridiculously overpriced.
dude. but I
They're a
still
great
love 'em.
investment though because the value of them goes up.
Even
People-
outside the box. It's crazy.
Yeah.
It's
I get
fucking
it.
wild. I will send you this photo though, Kevin.
yeah. I'll put it up on the screen.
Yeah. This is the interesting part where I send Kevin a photo. And then I go,
Yeah.
oh no, I didn't mean to send him my dick pic.
It'll be the
Yes, you
third
did.
time this week.
I know. And Kevin's
You
always,
always send
it's
me
weird how
dick
Kevin
pics.
always tries to put his phone in his mouth after he gets that too.
Yeah.
It's weird.
It's
Every
just-
time.
It's a natural reaction to dick.
It's good that he's got that broken tooth so he can fit it.
But piss on him, man.
Right
God
through.
forbid- God forbid a
Fucking
chick
dirty
pisses on his lap.
bastards.
Like, ew.
Ew, piss. Oh, did you say cum? I like cum.
Yeah.
I didn't say that either, you son of a bitch.
You're like,
Well, he sent it to everybody.
he's going to bring that back to the mom thing.
How'd they handle that?
Let me
though, you
just
think?
rub your
the whole
shoulders
Emirates
3
thing, Dubai and all that shit. I don't know how they handled COVID.
They probably just didn't care.
Didn't?
Yeah.
Yeah.
There's some countries that just didn't seem to care that much.
Yeah, flying fuck.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I believe.
I don't
that,
know. I
too.
think in a lot of like, dictatorial places, it's pretty easy to just go, oh, you're sick?
Yeah.
Now you're not.
Yep.
Well, that's a good
Bang.
point, right? Yeah.
You know?
Ew. And then,
Or
yeah,
just
they're not
lock
there
all the
anymore.
sick people
Oh,
up
gross. Another one.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then, just, you're done.
There's
That's-
no bums there. I mean, there's a place like that
Because
can't
they
have.
shoot bums on the site.
That's what I mean. That's probably the thing too. Is they
No, that's
hunt
where-
them for sport.
Yeah. Hey, they gotta get target
It's like
practice somehow.
Hard target.
Hard Target is
Yeah.
one of the best Jean-Claude Van
Oh,
Damme
dude.
movies ever created.
And hey, man.
he fucking punched an anaconda in the
Dude,
face.
that his
No,
mullet
it's a
in that,
rattlesnake.
Was it a
For some reason, a rattlesnake was in a tree.
Yeah.
dude.
He's fucking
And his mullet in that was
Yeah.
majestic. It
That's
was
what I mean.
oiled and floated in the air in
I
the wind.
forgot about that part. There's a rattlesnake in a tree.
Yes, he punched it.
It's in a fucking but it's in a tree. Rattlesnakes don't go in trees.
It's a cinematic epic. That's what that is. That is a
I did look.
fine movie.
I do like the movie though. I do. I also like how he kills the bad guy at the end. You know, the
No,
bad
the
guy.
bad guy kills himself.
Yes,
Yeah.
essentially.
He's
Yeah.
like, oh, I got
Oops.
the grenade. Ooh, I did it. And then he's like, oh no, for some reason this grenade
Spark
has
shoots back into the-
electricity in it, even though that's not how grenades work. But it's still cool to see.
Whoop. I like how the guy announced every shot that he fired to. He's like, "Hey!" and then
Yeah.
shot his fucking gun out.
That's Lance Hendrickson, wasn't
Yeah,
it?
that's Bishop.
Yeah, Bishop.
You gotta also love how he's like, you know what? I'm gonna get the most inefficient possible gun that I could.
Yeah.
It's a single shot breech action pistol.
That had the guy from The Mummy was in it. It had Wilford
Yeah.
Brimley.
Oh yeah,
Yes.
Wilford Brimley was
And
in
he
it.
wasn't
He
Diabetes.
tried to do his Cajun voice.
And he
It
was-
fucking terrible.
he
For
wasn't
some reason,
trying to
just keep
fucking
talking
hawk-
about diabetes.
Diabetes.
Or trying to hawk
Diabetes.
fucking what is it, Quaker Oats on us?
Quaker. Yeah, he's so Quaker.
It would have been great if like halfway into the movie he just brings out Quaker Oats and
What's so
shit.
wild is
You're like,
how-
oh shit, this is just a fucking hour and a half long commercial.
I guess when he did Cocoon, he was like the same age Paul Rudd is or something like that.
Really?
Yeah.
That's the
Holy
thing, though.
shit.
Remember
They
when
look
we
so
were,
old back then.
remember
Yeah.
when we were kids? Like people that were 40 were fucking dying.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Old as shit.
And I don't mean like they just looked like they were dying. Like they looked like they crawled out of a grave. You know, remember like, watching like
Yeah.
Return of the Living Dead? That's what
Yeah.
they looked like.
Good
They're like
movies.
brains fucking walking around.
I do remember.
It's a
all
little
the people-
cheeky.
Yeah, but then like when I was a kid, we'd have these Mormon missionaries come to the house all the time. And I thought they were adults, 18, 19-year-old kids.
Yeah.
And they still come to my house to this day. And I'm like, what the fuck are these kids doing on my porch? I was like, oh, they're Mormon missionaries
Yep.
trying to mow my lawn or fucking
And the thing
bring
is, like,
God back into my life or something.
Which is it? Is it
But I remember remembering them being, wow, these guys are people to aspire to and look up to. And now I'm
Yeah.
like, oh my God.
But that's the thing, though.
Fucking
Now you
children.
look down
You're
on
children,
them.
on
Yeah.
my
Here-
doorstep.
Here's the thought of it. Is it our perspective now versus our perspective then? Or is it
Yeah.
really something? Because I think I've looked at pictures, and people in their 40s did look old back then.
I feel like they
Well,
did look
the
older
quality
back
of the pictures back then were shit.
Not
too.
just the quality, but the quality of people.
Well, I mean, the you're talking about the lifespan, the human lifespan.
Not just the
much-
lifespan,
much bigger.
the harder living.
Harder-
Like,
that's-
cigarettes were okay.
Yeah.
You know what I
good
mean?
point,
Like
yeah.
everything was okay.
There's gluten.
Yeah,
Now.
well,
we've discovered
right.
gluten.
Yeah.
And it's bad apparently.
Now everything's ew, icky.
Yeah.
You can't
But
do that.
I think you're right that there is something to that because I feel like that too. Like,
Well, look at
you know.
here. How about this? Let's compare. It's definitely
Well, there's
harder
also a
living.
level of
in-
maturity as well. You got to consider like back then, 40-year-olds were
levels
a
were way
lot more
higher.
mature. They
well,
were,
yeah, because by the time you were
18-year-olds were
you
more
were
mature back
18,
then.
you were gone.
Yeah.
Get the fuck out of here.
Yeah.
You can't be 40 and live at home.
yeah,
Yeah.
of course.
But
So there's that
No,
as
but
well.
think about it this way. Like,
Yeah.
look at pictures of people that are 18, 19 in like the Russian military or even in the Ukrainian military versus people that are 18, 19 over here in our military. They look way older.
Well, yeah,
They're harder living,
Yeah, they're
you know.
hardened, yeah, for
Our
sure.
people look like they just fucking got out of a sauna or a spa.
Yeah,
you
it's
know.
like what is it? Winter
Not all of
Soldier
them.
shit.
No, but
Captain America, skinny and shit.
and I think
yeah.
the
And
hard
then they all
living-
jump on a grenade.
Yeah.
We got it a lot easier these days than we used to. Even though
No
this is
shit.
a tough time.
That's-
I mean, like,
That's why we fight about the
technically-
dumbest shit. We're
Yeah.
like, "Ooh, you said her. That person doesn't go by her anymore.
Yeah.
It's like, oh fuck.
Yeah,
You
I was
dead-named
thinking of
her.
a counter to that. How people get so upset about that. But at the same time, if someone kept calling me a chick, I'd be pissed. Think about it. If someone said, "Oh, sorry, man,"
I get
said
it.
that to me. You know what I mean? That's my argument to it. I mean, just to play devil's advocate here.
Well, don't play devil's
If-
advocate.
if someone
say him because it would be more him. If I called you him and you didn't want to be called him, that's more like it because her.
Yeah.
You don't look like a her
you
in
don't look
any
anything
way.
like her. Nobody would make that
So
mistake. I don't
That's
think.
kind of what I mean, though.
It's ridiculous.
Those that attempt to change what their biological gender is through attire,
Yeah.
the hormones and all
Yeah.
these other approaches. I mean, they're putting forth all this effort, and it's tragic in some ways too, because the way it starts is they're so young. And there's these
Yeah,
advocates,
that's a problem.
the
That's a
advocates for
serious
that. There's
problem.
people that advocating. Well, we should be a little bit more accepting about children making these decisions.
That's a
which is
terrible idea.
nonsense.
Yeah,
It's
that's
like-
a terrible
That's
idea.
a developing mind.
Right.
And then you want to pump hormones into it.
Yeah.
The
I
fact-
mean, I think
those
the
people are
decision-
monsters.
Those decisions need to be made at 21 or older. And not even as young as 21.
But
Look, wouldn't
That's
it-
I mean,
I
that's
honestly-
you're
yeah.
right. They're saying that's what people complain about so much, though. Is that's we have nothing else to complain about because we got it
Yeah.
so easy. So, but you got these kids that are growing up, from what they'll say adolescence of puberty hitting till they're 21, and they're trying to figure out their own sexuality and their own identity, and it's
we all should have seen this coming with MASH.
with Klinger.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That motherfucker. He put us down this road.
Yeah, that's what we get for watching that show, right?
I hated that show. But I hated it.
Theme song started, I was
Yeah.
gone.
Yep.
I'm out.
Same-
I'm not fucking
for one-
Me
God
too.
damn it, I wanted to watch The
I was
Simpsons.
changing
This is
channel.
bullshit, Dad.
It seemed like terrible adult humor that I wasn't into.
Yeah.
And I'm sure if I looked at it now, I'd still be like, oh, yeah, it's bad. It's not good. I don't know why people liked it so much.
In the original movie, because there was the
was a
movie
movie?
first.
They started with the
The
movie.
movie was
didn't
first,
know
then
that.
they
They had
made the
different
show.
characters
Yeah,
in it.
and the thing is, though, the
I
movie
think
was
Alan Alda
serious.
was- and
It
I think-
wasn't a comedy.
I
The
think
show
wasn't-
became a comedy.
Wasn't Alan Alda
Yeah.
like the only
I think
one
he's
from
the only
actual
returning one.
fucking
Yeah, but the original
cast?
movie was a serious like movie,
Yeah.
and then the show became a comedy, and it was really just.
Well,
a
you got.
awkward
I mean,
experience.
you got to make light of something like that.
Well,
I guess.
yes.
But
I mean, it's the same thing with Hogan's Heroes. Was the same.
Yeah.
Same story.
was that a movie? as
Started out as a fucking serious show, real serious. You know, like Schindler's List.
Oh.
And then it became funny.
Comedy.
No, that's not what happened.
No, I don't know anything
Where's
about
the
Hogan's
flicker?
Heroes except
That's what
for
I'm saying.
I know that the guy that
First I
played
thought it was like a butterfly. or a
Hogan
moth
got his
flying over
brain
it.
smashed in by his partner after they made a bunch of porn films. But other than that,
It's weird how he knows a lot about that shit.
I don't know shit about.
there was a
Hogan's
movie
Heroes.
about it.
I've
It's
never
called
fucking heard of it.
Autofocus. Greg Kinnear played Bob Crane, the guy that played Hogan. And
So-
William, what's his name? Willem Dafoe played the guy that smashes his brain, Bob Crane's heads in.
I could buy that.
It was a good movie.
Willem Dafoe.
Yeah.
I think he could be that guy.
Yeah, he like in real life though the guy it was like they were business partners and then the guy had become Willem Dafoe's the real guy that Willem Dafoe plays got obsessed with Bob Crane and because Bob Crane was kind of trying to distance himself from him he got
Sounds
all
a lot
crazy.
like something that's going on in your life.
It kind of does, doesn't it? That's
Fuck you guys talking about?
Yeah, what are we talking about?
I don't fucking know.
Only thing is, we only got 5 minutes left to talk about.
But,
it.
No,
you
we're
trying
not.
To, you
Yeah,
trying
yeah,
to bash
yeah.
his brains in or something like that? Shane, what the fuck, dude?
It's possible.
Yeah.
Jesus.
Yeah.
Jesus.
It is Shane after all.
Yeah, that's true.
I
He's
mean,
a sadist, isn't he?
look,
He's a violent man.
I get it. Ties chicks up and goes and plays video game.
Yeah.
She had the audacity to call the cops.
Yeah.
You know,
that part didn't happen.
you know, that-
I made sure of it.
that is illegal. Still illegal.
That part didn't happen.
Look,
I made sure of it.
There's a lot of places to bury
She
people.
didn't make it to the phone. She tried to call the cops.
I made sure there were no phones in the house. All the locks were secured. I was like, hey,
I
how'd you
believe
get to
in
the
that
fridge?
house too. I wouldn't doubt it. There's some bodies underneath that fucking place. Pouring new concrete,
passageways.
concrete slabs every other weekend. Yeah, why not?
Yeah.
Anyway, I didn't, that's what it is. It's when you fucking stomp your foot. Do that again.
No, that's not
Fuck it. That was weird. It did it exactly when you did it the
Yeah,
first time.
something's going on with that.
See, he's trying to change the subject because we're talking about the hookers.
Right?
that he's
Yeah.
murdering.
Well, the bodies he's hiding
Yeah.
in his yard.
Dude,
and
nobody
shit, the
cares
swamp
about
in the back.
hookers. They still haven't solved the fucking Jack the Ripper case. I mean, nobody
Because
cares.
it happened like 200 years ago.
It didn't happen 200 years ago.
Like
it happened in
150 years ago.
No,
I'm
it was like
sorry.
1890 something.
Okay.
when it happened.
How long ago was
It's
that?
130.
Oh,
It's way
okay,
different than
130.
200 fucking years ago.
It is way
You
different.
should know that about
Yeah.
Shane. It's got to be precise
forgot.
numbers
It
for
has
Shane.
to be
You cannot
exact.
estimate with
You're
fucking
right.
Shane. There's
Exactly.
there's no estimations. With
You can't
Shane.
hypothesize around
No,
Shane either.
can't even do that. God forbid.
You guys
God forbid.
No speculation.
God forbid someone give inaccurate information to Shane. Unless it's Shane giving that inaccurate information, then it's correct
Yeah.
information. No.
Well, then the universe has to change according to his will.
What?
What? Like, yeah, like
You're a
you don't know
sadist
what you're talking
narcissist, is what we're saying. That's
I'm not a narcissist.
All right.
I might be a psychopath, but I'm not a narcissist.
Okay. Well, okay.
I
I'm
just
Exactly
don't have
what
any
narcissists
empathy
say.
for people. It's that part's true.
yeah.
These are good.
Especially the hookers that are
Look,
half eaten in your back.
They're not people. I do not know
I know.
why I have to keep fucking
Bums
going
and
through this.
hookers are not
They're
people.
not.
They're pests.
They're not pests. They're toys. You just get.
And apparently food.
I didn't say food.
Well, he
I
did
said you
say that
use-
the hookers were half eaten. In
No,
your
I say
backyard.
what you do is you use them for food to feed the homeless.
Oh, you
It's-
feed
it's
you
called
feed hookers to the
It's
homeless.
called recycling.
Well, that's actually not a bad idea.
You guys have never recycled before?
and they're grateful
Well,
to
I
get
have, but I figured
Yeah.
recycling involved me,
not
throwing
Like, oh,
cans
shit,
into
give
the
me a
recycling.
breast.
it. It's like a thigh.
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah, that's not
You
a
know-
bad, they're made of meat.
I actually get the
Good
feeling that
approach. That's not a bad idea at all.
I think Ted Bundy would call you a connoisseur.
I don't know. Ted Bundy didn't eat hookers.
Yeah, he didn't eat anybody.
No, well, I mean, he bit them, but not really ate. He didn't eat them.
Yeah, I've bit a chick before in sexual acts. It
Yeah.
doesn't mean I'm eating her.
Well, and yeah, he didn't go after
Yeah.
hookers. He went after
I've eaten a
college
couple
girls.
things, but
He went after college.
I wasn't swallow. Well, I did swallow, I guess.
Did you eat a turd?
No. Maybe.
Not sure yet. The jury's still out.
Trying to figure out. You're like, oh, no, I'll clip your nails for you. Ugh.
Yeah.
What are you
Yeah.
talking about?
I'm talking about eating pussy.
It's not really eating, Tim. I mean, you might have.
Well-
I don't know. You're like, oh man, that labia went down weird. Gonna have to wash that down with your piss.
So
That's what it was. Gargle. So yes, I have consumed.
You've consumed the
fuck
flesh
happened?
and urine of your lover.
Yeah,
Wow.
yeah.
Yep.
That's something
Well,
to
they're
think
a
about.
part
That's,
of you.
that's something to think
They
about,
are
isn't
definitely a part of them. Now, the question
And
is,
I'm greater
have they
for
made
it.
you stronger after you consume them?
No,
Because some cannibals believe
I
it.
actually felt pretty
like
weak
that-
after
that-
the fact.
Oh, really?
That,
For sure.
who
And
was it?
sick. I think I threw up a couple times.
Was it that Asian dude that ate someone that was that?
Oh,
thought
yeah.
that?
Yeah, I know who you're talking about. He's like a
Yeah.
Japanese guy,
Yeah.
right? Yes. He ate like was it one
But it
or
wasn't
two
even.
people?
It wasn't even in Japan though, was it?
No, I think
Was
he
it in Canada?
Yeah, I think he had the woman come to him, or he went to
Fucking,
her or
it was
something.
a wild
and-
story.
Yeah, and but he ate
He
her.
ate people thinking that he was gonna like consume their soul and fucking get stronger and
There's
shit.
this
Cool.
fucked up photo online of him, like as he's about to eat this woman that he took of himself, and he's got like the, fork and knife
Does
there.
he
He's
cook
like,
them at least, or does he eat them raw?
Dude, the weirdest one
I
was the
think- I
German
don't
dude
know.
that did it.
Well, yeah, we talked about
That
that,
one was
German dude that
fucking
actually
weird.
paid someone to do
Yeah,
it.
he paid. This guy was like, "Yeah, sure, I'll take the money. You can eat my cock."
Yeah.
So
yeah,
they,
who's into it? Like,
so they cut off his cock and then cooked it in front of him, and then he drained him in the bathtub till he was dead, and then ate the rest of parts of him.
Yeah.
Fucking wild, dude. I don't. Why is that a thought in anybody's head? Like,
Well, there's a lot of people in the world.
that's true. I mean, yeah, narrow it down by like say that it's even only.
Statistically, that has to
Well,
exist.
say that it's like it's 1/1,000,000 of 1%.
Yeah.
No, that would be too small.
That's still like 10 people.
No, that's way less than that.
well,
1,000,000th of 1%, 100,000th of a percent. That's still like 3 people.
yeah. Well, and you know what's
There we
really
go.
weird about the Japanese guy? He's treated like some kind of celebrity wherever he
Yeah.
goes. Like he's been on radio shows and like TV shows
Well,
after the
'cause
fact.
he got sent back to Japan.
Yeah,
and they're just like, yeah, he's cool.
They treat him like he's a celebrity over there. It's
white
so
people.
weird.
Well, yeah, because if he's eating white people, that's
Yeah,
fine.
nobody
yeah,
cares.
well, yeah, he ate some white woman, I think, right?
Yeah,
No dark meat or nothing like that. You'd
I
think.
guess he's into the Slavic.
makes you tired.
Yeah.
Slavs.
Lazy.
Okay, we can end on that. That was great.
Until next